Time to become a pirate of the skies. Yarg. Arg. I'm gonna do the first one as the Dragoon. I think the first two, maybe. Alright, let's do this. First one at least is gonna be Dragoon. Then I'm gonna probably go through it as a whatchamacallit. Aid! Aid, I say! These villains mean to plunder my cargo!
What do we've got here then? Think you're some kind of hero, do you?
Probably just gonna do the first raid and maybe the second, depending on how long this takes, and then I'm gonna play a Apex.
Very well. Well then. You would mind if my mates have joined the fun?
Made for a more heroic tale, won't it? The tale of how the sky pirates fed a meddling little shite his own bloody eyes. Alright, it's your funeral.
What the? Oh gods, I know that shibits.
So you're the scrugs that's been dragging our names through the mud?
You're Red-billed Lenford.
Leopold? Lenford. We ain't done aught to you and yours. What do you want with us? I think I made my position pretty clear. You take on the mantle of a sky pirate, you agree to a certain code of conduct. The code ain't worth much if folks go around breaking, eh? Frankly, lads, you're making us look bad, and we can't have that. No hard feelings, though. Eh?
And a pew.
And oh, thank you, Master Lenford. Thank you. I'm certain my master would wish to repay you. If your employee does business in Ishgard, he'll likely know a merchant or two that trades with my associates. Tell him to say it's for Lenford. And any word shall reach me soon enough. As for you, adventurer, 'twas often someone beats me to the scene, but then I expect aught less from a hero such as yourself, Gudra. That is who you are, ain't it? I don't know too much other folks with one of them marvelous Mana cutters, the ironworks dreamt up. Well, then it seems you've saved me the trouble of tracking you down. I've been hoping to have a word with you, you see. I put it to your straight. I need someone to help me out with a little venture I have in mind. Someone who's used to taking a few risks. Now this wouldn't be no black-hearted brigand's work, so don't you worry yourself on that account. Unlike the thieving curs you just now, I don't hold with robbing honest folk. For me, you see, the Sky Pirate's life is all about freedom. The freedom to go where you will, to find out what lies beyond the next cloud. If you're interested in joining us on the adventure worthy of the name, then look for me standing in the north reaches of the blue window. Someone will be waiting, then there to greet you. I keep trying to remember how long it takes to get to the things. Oh, I should use my mana cutter. Get on the mana cutter. Get on the mana. Where's the mana cutter? Where's the mana cutter? Shit, did I get... Oh, there it is. And away I go. Through the sea. Whee. Satria? That's far enough, stranger. That's far enough, stranger. If you value your life, you'll tell me you're true. Did you stumble across the marker by chance, or are you here by invitation? And then that would make you the hero the captain said to watch out for. Well met. The name's Satra. 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 It's Secha? Secha. Linford would call me his right-hand woman, but I feel more like his bloody nursemaid. Truth be told. Anyways, my thanks for you coming to hear him out. If you follow me, I'll take you to the Red Bill's nest. And we fly through the sky like the pirates we are. Wonder if they ever had to be afraid of Bismarck.
I come to you in person. Still you refuse my offer, arrogant fool. On the subject of arrogance, Radial, I bow to your superior knowledge. But that's all the bowing you'll get from me. As I've told you a dozen times before, I ain't no one's lackey. But 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 my dear Lanford, how else do you suppose to survive an expedition into the ghost ship? I would fear for your life with aught but your feeble crewmates at my back. While I'd fear for my life when your mangled crew at my back, on account of them being murderous, untrustworthy bastards to a man. I thought you cleverer than that, shoe Red Bill. But no matter. I always get what I want in the end. It was merely a question of method. Now that's a face I had not seen before. You don't have the look of one of Lenford's little birds. He's a guest. He's a guest. You understand the concept, don't you? You know when someone is invited instead of bursting through the door whenever she damn well pleases. That was Radia, captain of the Talons. She knows Lemford's the best sky pirate alive, and the fact he won't join her stick in her craw. If you're gonna let them talk to you like that, are you gonna let them talk to you like that, Captain? We would teach the Red Bill some respect. Patience. Patience. When all of this is over, we shall see who rules the skies. Gassiaya. That's a lot of treasures. That's his mom. Adopted mom. Oh there, hero. I promised you a high adventure, and a high adventure you shall have. But we plan to board the Sea of Clouds' very own ghost ship. Or what folks here take to call in one anyways. Every day for the past few weeks has brought with it a new sighting of the self-same vessel, a massive airship of queer design adrift on the wind. Being a curious lot, there were a few buccaneers who tried exploring below decks, but not one of them been seen since, and so naturally, they've said saying the ship is cursed. Well, haunted. Like I said, an honest-to-God's ghost ship. My guess is she's another relic left behind by the Elegants, but we won't know for sure till we've had ourselves a good poking around inside and liberate whatever ancient treasure she's got moldering away in her hole, of course. But before we start diving up divvying up the spoils, we've got to find the damn thing, which is why we've been working on a special new device.
Ah,
Finding her will be the easy part. What we can't do without is a veteran explorer. What ain't afraid to flinch, fling himself face first into the jaws of danger. Now I know you're a gallant champion of the people and all, but stripping away the fame and glory, and I'd wager you're still an adventurer at heart. So, what do you say, Gudrak? Fancy a plundering into the unknown at the side of the Red Bills? Then it's settled. Let's pay a visit to our crewmates, Tata. She's been working on a way to track the vessel. Wait, did I skip or something? Yeah, whatever. I always get this little thrill in my chest when I'm about to embark on a new adventure, and once you've felt your heart, whatever. This here's okay. I've always get this little thrill in my chest when I'm about to embark on a new adventure. And once you felt your heart race dance like that, there's aught you wouldn't do to feel again. This here isn't Tata. The last I was telling you about. She's our engineer and a damn good one at that. Might be on there. Might be as there are better engineers around, but I wager none are so inventive as Tata. She earns her keep with her brain, not her brawn, and we're a crew. We're a strong crew for it. Greetings to you. The name's Untata. I suppose you could call me the Red Bill's chief of engineering. Smithing, carpentry, magic tech. If it's part of the ship, I can fix it. Just don't expect to see me waving a cutlass and swinging over the rafters. If there's fighting to be done, well, that's what we have you for. Well, met, ladies and gentle pirates. Now that we've appeared to have our hero, I'm happy to report that we've overcome the last obstacle and to boarding the ghost ship. Meaning your project is proceeding as planned? That's it, Captain. I knew this would be the perfect place to take readings. The scant amount of background ether makes it easy to follow the derelict's trail. The ghost ship has what Untata tells us is a unique ethereal signature. She's been building a device that could sniff out this particular spectral flavor and point us in the right direction. I call it the eco compass. It allows us to collect some solid data on the vessel's movements, plot a relatable
Except, of course, no groping blindly through the clouds for us. All the ships are loaded and ready to fly. Just say the word, Captain.
Tata, you've best stay here, out of harm's way. Keep an eye on them aether trails, eh?
Aye, Captain. Grab an armload of treasure for me.
Now we've got no way of knowing what waits for us on the accursed bulk, Gujrak. So you'd best bring along a few mates that you know you can trust. Don't hurt to be careful. Seeing as how you'd be going in first and all, I did tell you you'd be gone in first, didn't I? Well, you will. The rest of us will be guarding the beer just in case Radiel and her brood decide to stick their beaks in where they ain't wanted. Don't worry, she'll not get past us, so you can concentrate on carving a path into the ship's belly. Oh, honest to God ghost ship.
Ho ho ho! Ho ho ho! This is going to be an adventure and a half. And a clear. Oh, it's the big one.
Voidoc.
Join! Alright, I'm going to just wait. Ah, monk. And you are a scholar. Oh, people are doing this more because of the whole Tataru business thing. I need a pirate outfit. I've been on hand to see that our curious captain doesn't get us all killed, meddling with some ancient artifact or other, meaning you'll be free to concentrate on not getting killed by whatever within below decks. Can't say fairer than that, eh?
We'll deal with any sneaky bastards what tries creeping in behind us, while you and your mates forge ahead. The Hulk's secret'll be ours alone. The captain's dragging us on some hairy-raising venture in his time, but some tells me this one's gonna be the worst of a lot. If we took out for each other, though, I reckon you'll make it home in one piece with a bit of luck.
Benford will be taking my echo compass with him. Just follow his lead, and you'll arrive on the derelict soon enough. You know what wondrous trinkets awaits you inside. The haircut. Oh yeah, it is. That is not a. Alrighty. 30 minutes in and first one. I haven't seen this in a while, so. Used to be so hard to get anything, any of the alliance raids. Keep firing, you asshole. the mother of monsters. I'm beat back. Oh no, I have been petrified. That's a neat pose. Bro! That is a butt. A kid that no.
Ha ha! Bugger me. I expected danger, but not a hellspawn bleeding nightmare. Made fresh, made fresh like that. Didn't stop you and your mates, though, did it? That's some crew you've got there. And no mistake. Right then. Let's have a look inside the dirty Greek coffer type. Some tells me it ain't made the brim with fruity. Don't look at me. I never moved a muscle. Ah, Diablo. Have you been, old dude? I kicked your ass a moment ago. What in the civil hells is that bastard doing? This way! Swiftly now! This way! Swiftly now! Can someone else see that talking cat over there? Bloody hells, this adventure's getting clearer by the minute. Still, I'd rather take my chances with a partling pussy than stay here. Get your things, mateys. We're leaving. Get your things, mateys. We are leaving. But what about the loot? You can't send it when you can't spend it when you're dead. We ain't following the furball. We either follow the furball or make friends with the spell-slinging voidborn. Your choice. God damn it. How's an honest sky pirate meant to make a living? All in one go. Go, 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 go. Like the wind. Yeah, I got the cat. My eyes. One hell of a ship. Bleeding hell. The ship's breaking up. Is he trying to bring her down? Nope, it's opening its wave motion canyon. Wave motion canyon!
You know, if we can open a rift to the void like that, maybe we should use that instead of, the other thing. The void scent. The void scent is attempting to initiate a dimensional displacement. But the gate, it can't possibly be large enough for the entire ship. Gasp! Gasp! The Queen's coffin. It takes it beyond our reach. The void airship. Well, there didn't seem much point hanging around here. Let's get back to solid ground. Whew. My heart pounds. 'Tis a pity that the loot, and no mistake about the loot, and no mistake. At least we made it out in one piece. As the captain so fondly says, he ain't spending it when you're dead. What kind of cat is that anyways? And what was it doing on that ship? Long has it been since my paws have trotted ain't through those cursed decks. Would I have made landfall under better circumstances? I think I'm gonna do one more. Aye. Twas a bit touch and go in places, I grant you, but here we are. Here we all are, and all with one bit, with all bits still attached. This calls for a foamy flagon of. Hold on. There's someone missing. Didn't I tell Tata to wait for us here? Never fear. We've been keeping the girl company. But enough about her. Did you see the cannon on that ship? As you know, my dear Leoford, I am not easily moved. The sheer power on display set me all a quiver. Well, I hope you're content to admire you from afar. That vessel ain't for the likes of you and me. Do not presume to measure me by your own limitations. Besides, I believe I've shown how resourceful I can be. Which brings me neatly to the point. You have in your possession a device capable of tracking the ghost ship. Hand it over, or your engineer shall suffer the consequences. I mean, I'm not gonna use it anymore. Here you go. It's not like you can't make me another one. Perfect. A compass pointing to the way to my very reward. A weapon like that belongs in the hands of one with the will to use it. Come, lads. Our business here is concluded. I'm sorry, Captain. I'm sorry, Captain. It caught me off guard. They you get a bang on the head or some. The man I know would never give in to scum like her without a fight on us. What? What did you do to the compass? Who, me? Ah, besides slipping a link pearl into its cast. Like, as long as Radia keeps it close, and you can be damn sure she will, we'll know exactly what them thieving bastards are planning. Anyone care to wager how long it will take for her to notice my little gift? Very clever of you. That's very clever and all, but how were you proposing to stop her from getting her hands on the derelict and its great big cannon? I ain't worked that part out yet, but I suspect they'll start with us keeping a close eye on the talents. Before we got into any of that, though, I've got some questions that seem answering. You wish to know more of the Void Ark, the ghost ship, as you called it? The Void Ark. That's the proper name. I'd like to hear whatever you've cared to tell us, Puss. And I, for my part, am curious to hear your story. Ere we continue, however, I must insist that you address me by my proper name, Kaitse. I would not respond to Puss or Cat, and more decisively not Furball. Or it's the Catman. 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 My tale begins long ago in the city of Mhach, which once stood in the lands of Yafane. The sorcerers of Mhach were masters of destructive magics, and they brought the terrible power to bear against Amdapor and Null in the War of the Magi. The titanic force they unleashed, however, took a heavy toll upon the land, ultimately resulting in a colossal wave flood that drowned the realm of Eorzea. A catastrophe that my master, High Void Mage Cesara, was wise enough to foresee. Wait. Also, Flood, are you talking about the 6th Umbral Calamity? Are you talking about the 6th umbral calamity? I suppose you would know it as such. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. When they learned of the fate that awaited them, the mocked Magi began construction of a gargantuan vessel that would bring their people to the skies and to safety. The operations of the Void Ark, as the ship can be called, was entrusted to Cessair. Prior to that, of course, my master had been a prisoner in her own home, confined for her outspoken opposition to the war. So, the Ark was meant as a sanctuary? Then how does it come to be so, what happened to all the people? And where did all the void set come from? By what power do you imagine such a massive craft remains afloat? The energy required to raise the vessel was siphoned from over 1,000 otherworldly servants, sealed within the vessel. Advanced in Mhach sorcery. Well, advanced in Mhach sorcery was made for one reason and one reason only: cataclysmic destructive power, and the swift and most destructive method of acquiring that power was through the enslavement of voice-sent entities. So the creatures at the derelict, they broke free from their master's control? Your master's control? At the very heart of the Ark, the Void Mages have entombed a great ruler of the Void Sent, Skadak, the Shadow Queen. But in order to control so potent a prisoner, a mage of adamant will was required, and being Mhach's preeminent sorcerer, Cessair was deemed best qualified. But were it otherwise, my master might never have been released from her own imprisonment. Yet, even with Cessair's peerless skill, the Shadow Queen could not long be subjugated. One after another, the lesser void sent awakened and ran a rampage within the ship. In the end, Cessair and the 53 void mages aboard, or the Void Ark, sacrificed their own life energies to return the fiends to their coffins, leaving me, a lowly familiar, to watch over the derelict prison. If I remember the Umbral Arrows right, the stuff you just described happened with around 1,500 years past? 1,500. Wow, that's actually 1,500 years. Which is a good while by anyone's measure, and since everything seems to have been quite on board your boat till just recently, I imagine some unusual must have happened to wake the inmates up. Am I warm? One day a void scent that had taken the shape of a bat flew into the ship. At first, it was little more than a nuisance that I brushed away. But the longer it remained on the Ark, the stronger it seemed to become. Eventually, I could not contend with its power and it began shattering seals after seal. Diabolus. That's Diabolus. I've faced that winged fiend before. It would seem then that the creature survived the encounter. and that he intends to celebrate his restoration by liberating his queen. Well, that explains that then. Except for one small detail, namely where the queen coffin went. After it fell out of the ship's belly, I'm assuming it didn't just disappear, right? You recall the giant rift that the Ark's canyon ripped in the sky? That was a void gate. See, why couldn't we use this to get the sister out? Such a portal opens a temporary path through the void, allowing the ship to travel almost instantaneously from one location to another. The voidsent, as you saw, only opened the gate large enough to displace the coffin. As for the coffin displacement, however, it is so much a mystery. It is as much as a mystery to me as it is to you. I beseech you, conquerors of the Ark, help me find the Queen's coffin, the wards binding Shakachark dispelled.
Smells to me like an adventure. And who knows what ancient Mhach treasure we might stumble along the way. Gods know they'll make a good chance for all them elegant tombstones we've been collecting. Aye, we'll find you, we'll help you. I'm not risking hide for the sake of the realm, you understand, but I may be damned if I let either Radia or that bat-winged bastard take the freedom of the skies from me. You care only for how you might be inconvenienced. If the Shadow Queen was to return, it would have dire consequences for this entire star. Count your blessings, Furball. I say we'd help, didn't I? Before we go rushing off in search of the coffin, though, there's perhaps preparations to be made. You might as well get back to your usual heroic employment. Kudrak, I'll let you know when it's time to round up your mates again.
Don't worry, it's gonna be right away. Looking at the time, I'll probably do one more depending on how long that one takes. But I do need to take a short break. Brush my... Yeah. That time is nigh. What else? The time is nigh, my dear talons. Soon we shall seize control of the ghost ship and all its power and rule the skies from here to the ends of the world.
Paying the bills.
Really? Really?
Drek, I was just about to fly out to Ishgard and track you down. You remember Kaitsit, the Mhach familiar? We've been working with him on a plan to find Diabolus and the Queen's coffin. We've been
They've, they've been, there's been points and sightings from pirates all over, so we've known the Batwing bugger is hiding somewhere in the sky. We just don't know exactly where. And as for going around pinpointing the location, Leoford and the feline are bickering over just exactly how. That's where you come in. If you have a spare moment or two, we could use a third opinion to break the stalemate. Besides all that, Leoford's eager to have another hand to help in the search, so come on over to Rock as soon as you're able. You know the way from here, don't you? Come on over to Rock when you have a moment to spare. I'm tired of hearing those two argue, and that's the God's honest truth. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. When you're a sky pirate,
A well-maintained airship can never mean the difference between life and a horrible plummeting death. So ain't we keep a damn close eye on the condition of our vessels around here? Here to see the captain, just go through the gate here. Here to see the captain, just go through the gate here. Head north where you come up to his quarters on across the bridge. When the crew When the crew's heads are filled with aught but loot and laughter, it's my job to see that their bellies are full and with decent grub. But Leoford's the worst of the lot. He's live on gold bars and boot leather, if I wasn't here to cook for him. Oh yeah, I was gonna do this as summoner now. Behold! The gentleman! I was gonna get a proper pirate off flip, but... I'll look around, because this is actually a pretty cool place. If I could live there, I would. The fear of falling down to my death is also very real. Thanks for coming. The captain and the cat are inside, still having their discussion. Talk to Leoford, will you, before I strangle the both of them? I'm using elegant magic. Ooh, should I use or should I become a Machian mage? Oh, I am a Machian mage. Yes. I am. Behold my staff. Behold my power. Back to being the other one. White mage is almost done. Like squabbling children, the pair of them. Help Leoford settle this, will you? Gurdrak. Gurdrak. A rational mind such as yours is most welcome. Pray reason with this wind rattled brigand. You're here to ask of the Queen's coffin. Then you'll be turned around and walk straight out again. This aggravating furball turned my move sour as month-old alligoat meat. Milk. Lenford, Gudrek's come all this way to help us out at your request. I must add, he deserves to hear where we stand on the search, at least. The search is giving me an ulcer. That's what it is. By all reports, Diabolos is lurking somewhere in the heavens, building up his forces, but the sky is a vast dome, as high as the ocean is deep, and we're not the pirates to scour every damn floating rock. That's when I tried my luck with Radia. You remember her, don't you? Captain of the Talons? Blonde hair, one eye, stole our bloody compass. And I've been eavesdropping on the link where I slipped in the casting. Hope to catch some un, useful, but all I've heard from her and her sorry crew is snorting, grunting, and jabs about the Archbishop's holy nethers. In the end, seems we've no choice but to do this the hard way. A certain Yalin unknowingly refuses to acknowledge the truth of it. You cannot possibly hope to investigate the entire sky. With this mere handful of ne'er-do-wells, I find my suggestion to seek aid from your fellow pirate gangs a perfectly reasonable under the circumstances. Ah, stow it, you mangling alley cat. You're not the faintest idea of how the Sky Pirates operate. Best case scenario, we'd be locked into a deal to hand over any treasure we find, and that's assuming we weren't laughed out of the room to begin with. You cannot assume that every man and woman share your base moral purity. If we but made attempt, I am sure we could convince some few of the nobility of our cause. And so it goes, around and around. Knowing pirates as I do, I find myself siding with the captain on this, but what of you, Gudrak? Any idea on the matter? What? You side with the furball? I would have thought you'd learn a thing or two about sky pirates by now. However we tackle things, though, we've a longer road ahead of us. I'll see if I can't think of a better way to shorten it. You might as well head back to your ventures, Ms. Gudrak, unless you're willing to lend us your experience in other matters, that is. Tata, our chief engineer, has been mumbling about the Void Ark and cursing under her breath for days. Might be as you can provide some insight in her dilemma. She is conducting her research in the Sea of Clouds, yes? Well, I should rather discuss the properties of the Void Ark that continue with this fruitless debate. I shall see you down there, Gudrak. Behold, the power of Aura. Yes, I see. With the power of everything I have and done, you shall all rue the day. Rue the day. Where are you now to be in? Over there? I see. So, do I leave? I have to go the long way. The long way. Oh, yes. Nothing. Phew. Oh. Dunscape. Damn it all. Damn it all.
Float! Fly! Fly, 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 fly. While waiting for words on Diabolos, I have been spending my time learning to pilot the Red Bill's little airship. Thankfully, it seems I've mastered enough to basic to manage to this little jaunt. What troubles you, Mistress Altata? We were told that some matter regarding the Void Orc was causing you a little more measure of misery, of grief. Mistress Altata, what are you? Ugh! Ah! I feel so much better now. My apologies, Kite Sid. You had the misfortune to enter my field of view just as I felt the intense desire to squeeze something warm and furry. It's the Dandible Ecto Compass. I made another one, you see, identical in all respects to the first one that Radina stole. But look, it points in a completely different direction to where the Void Ark should currently be. I don't understand what I did wrong. I used the same plans and the same parts. I can't imagine that would be frustrating, and you are certain there are no flaws in the design or the material? Positive. I've tweaked and adjusted and replaced every single piece, but it refuses to function as intended. I'm on the verge of tossing the blasted thing over the edge. What do you think of this, Udrak? Yes. The cause may indeed lie outside the compass itself. We must consider the dilemma of a broader perspective. You might explain to us the principles by which the eco-compass tracks on the Void Ark. It all came to an etheric signature I discovered that the Void Ark is encompassed by an energy of a rather particular composition. So I simply tuned the compass to find its unusual trail. Yeah, it's tracking the queen. It's tracking the queen. An energy of parallel composition, you say? Of course! The Void Ark was propelled by the siphoning energies of voice set. Could it be that the compass is tracking not the vessel itself, but the aether of the entity imprisoned within? Yeah, that's what I said.
That would certainly explain why the compass now points in a direction directed that one would expect. Different direction than one would expect. After all, Diabolus and the Shadow Queen are no longer on board the Ark. Are you implying that if we plotted a course based on the readings of the Eco Compass, we would arrive on the demon's footstep, as so to speak? Just so, Mistress Utata. Assuming my theory is correct, we no longer require outside assistance to pursue our elusive quarry. Ah, oh. Said Stasia. That's what perfect timing. You wouldn't believe the wonderful discovery we just... Talon airships have been spotted en route to our nest. If it's revenge they're looking for, we'd better head back and make ready for them. I'm a pirate. I'm the dapper pirate. We made it. Thank the gods. I don't like this, Gudrak. Why have the Talons come here without their captain? Where's Red Leah? It would appear that the pirates have come with murder and pillaging in mind. Quite the opposite. It would not appear that the pirates have come with murder and pillaging in mind. Quite the opposite, in fact. They seem quite drift and beaten. I'm glad you're here, Gudrak, but I don't think they're spoiling for a fight. Truce, Red Bill. We need your help to save Captain Radlia. You're one of Radlia's favorites. You threatened my crew, steal our compass, and now you've come crawling to me for help? What kind of unholy mess has your captain stumbled into? We took your damn compass, but it didn't show us to the ghost ship. We ended up at some moldy old ruins lousy with void spawn. Before we knew it, some sort of spire demon was knocking our ships out of the sky. The two of us managed to pull away, but we saw what happened to them, so got caught on... We saw what happened to them, so they to them as got caught on the ground. If the captain survived the massacre, she'd stuck through with one wing to fly out again. Why don't we give the Link Pearl a listen, Captain? Might be as we can learn if Radlia is alive or dead at least. So much buzzing. Can't hear a bloody weight. I'm getting some words. They're after Mhachian artifacts. Damn demons are searching. Hide. And then a bunch of screaming. Seems Radley is still kicking. For now. But who knows? Who knows for how long? Those screams are an act. Don't consider me a fool. I don't think the Talons are laying a trap here. I'm half a mind to leave Radley to her fate, but I never turn my back on an adventure. Especially when the scent of treasure is in the air, eh? Now, tell me where you found those ruins. You'll help us, then? Guy keep changing his voice. You're a good man, Red Bill. We left the captain at the Yaffian Saltmoor, just northwest of Mordona. You said Yaffian? You say? In Yaffian you say? Then you must speak of the ruined shell of Mhach itself. By Shantoto. Those Black Heart. By Shantoto's Black Heart. Could they be after the Nullstone? What's that, Puss? You think you know what those fiends are after? Right. Untata, see to that these talons are patched up. Then have the Remelia ready to fly, and don't spare the oil. You know I love to hear her purr. Gudrak, Stalia, bring the furball to my quarters, and we'll have ourselves a chat about our pending trip to Old Mhach. Sync. I think I'm gonna do this and then stop FF and start the league. The Apex League. You know, we've never been friendly with the Talons, but that doesn't mean we can't just kick back and let them be torn to shreds by crackling void descent. I never expected Diabolos would seek to enter the old city, huh? But I should have suspected as much when I learned that the flow waters have receded and let Yaffian exposed. Right, Furbo. Let's hear about this artifact that Diabolos is looking for. If I am to speak of the Nullstone, then I must first explain the method by which Mhach sorcerers would bind the void sent in the service. The more powerful the void sent, the more difficult it is to manifest its presence in this world. Their own immense strength weighs them down like anchor, you see, preventing them from breaking the surface of our dimension. And that is why they cooperate with mortal sorcerers. A mage can provide a suitable vessel for the summoning, or rip a large enough hole in the fabric of reality for the entities itself to step through. And let me guess, the mage forces the void sent to agree to attack in return for the invitation into our world. That is correct, but it would be foolhardy to expect such devilish and malevolent beings to
abide by the spirit of even the most carefully worded contract. Though, thus did the Mhach construct an occult device that would more securely bind the Voids into their will. A safeguard of sorts. That, to the best of my knowledge, yet lies entombed within the remnants of the ancient city. The Nullstone was seen as a last resort. Should a Voidsent break its pact and turn on its summoner, the mage could use the relic to disperse the very essence of even the most potent entity, obliterating it completely.
I can't see the royals of the Void taking too kindly to a threat like that. Seems those sorcerers were just as rude as the monsters they summoned.
When it comes to the glory of Mhach, the ends justify the means. In any event, we can be certain that Diabolo seeks to secure the Nullstone before it falls into mortal hands, and thereby ensuring that Skelech would reign unopposed.
Alright, so we know what the fiends are after, but what I don't understand is why such a valuable relic was left behind when the mages knew a colossal flood was on the way.
Its value was the very reason they chose not to risk its relocation. The Nullstone is kept within a structure constructed for the purpose, secured behind powerful wards, and protected by a deadly guardian. But with the rising of the water, a reason that the artifact could be sunk along with the city far beyond the reach of vengeful Voidsent.
But now that Yafane is more swamped than sea, the demons only have the wards and the guardians to deal with. I doubt they'll be wasting their time down there in the mud if they didn't have some trick to break through the wards. Aye. There comes a race to see who can nab the treasure first, which is yet just the sort of contest the Sky Pirate lives for.
So we slip into the ruins, pinch the relic, and rescue Radlia right from under the fiend's noses.
Well, I suppose we could save her while we're poking around for loot. I'm grabbing the new compass from Utata so we know where we're going. Check your weapons, pack your small clothes, and meet me out by the landing when you're ready to fly.
So all we need to do is rescue Captain Redlia from a mob of nasty Voidsent and retrieve a dangerous artifact from the magically defended ruins of an ancient civilization. Easy, eh? I shall join in the endeavor to discover the Nullstone, though after 1500 years I wonder what remains of the city I once knew.
We'll fly directly to Yafane. From there, once we arrive, you You forge ahead with your band of adventurers as you did on the Ark. Good. Just keep slicing into the depths until you reach the Nullstone. We don't want to risk getting knocked out of the sky like talent, so we'll best land a little ways off of the ruins and head in on foot. The furball says he knows the place well enough to guide you, so me and the Red Bills will follow behind on rescue duty. You concentrate on smashing the path through the artifact. We'll check the nooks and crannies for Bradley, Leah, and her crew. Don't let your guard down once. Reach the ruins through in there likely golems and such in there with what are worse than the fiends outside, and we wouldn't want our hero losing his head now, would we? Shit. Alright. Damn it. Oh, why did I do that? That's not what I wanted. It's right here, so. Shite. It's right here. I wanted to go back here. Not the weapon. Bracer. Alexandering. Actually, I want to see what this looks like. Try on. That actually looks piratey. That's butt wings. Try on. Try on. Try on. Try on. Try on. That's neat. Anyways, back to the Shire gear. It's bracer, right? Bracer. Okay, next. Gonna have to buy his book. One of the rings. Can I go now? Alright, boys. Let's do this. While I'm waiting, I'm gonna see if I can make a better piratey outfit. Oh, it's that's the armor thing. And good with this. Actually. No, that's worse. While we wait, I go over here. Go by here. Boom. Boom. And we wait silently.
Oh. Ugh. It's been 15 minutes. Picking out some glams while I wait for this. There's the rose. I like Furion. Well, that's pretty good armor. You know what? Is I'm waiting. Let's see. I can't get birch. I can get that. I was gonna. I've waited this long. I'm not gonna. It's not that late, so I'm not gonna wait. Stop waiting. Right. Alrighty. Alrighty, got 10. Can I do stuff out of this? I can't make anything out of that. $10. And how long have I been waiting now? 30 minutes! Ah! Ah! I've been here for 35 minutes, and it's almost 1 in the morning. Uh, oh, I should repair this and put this in the chest. Maybe I should stop and do it tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, most likely. I'll stream one thing at maintenance. I mean, I'm already here, so I'll wait a bit longer. Wee. Wow. I've been waiting for 40 minutes. I want to end it here, but getting close. Getting very close. Alright, I'm going to call it for that. Well, a long wait. 40 minutes of nothing. I don't want to wait any longer than that. If you're watching the VOD, thank you for watching the VOD. Hopefully you skipped ahead to see if I do it or not. I don't. I mean, I don't get to the whipping sitting of Mhach. Anyways, I'm gonna end the stream and I'm gonna play a bit of Apex and then end for the day. I'll be back with Apex.